Here we go again with another Calgary real estate market update. Sales have slowed from a record-setting pace that we have seen earlier this year, but conditions remain far tighter than typical August levels. However, some improvements to the supply as compared to the sales have been slowing price growth. Stay tuned as I'll be updating you with everything that is going on real estate-wise in Calgary, Alberta. Hello everyone, my name is Ryan and I'm a local real estate agent here in Calgary, Alberta, where in this channel I talk about Calgary real estate, show you some of Calgary's finest communities, and do some property tours for you as well. If that's something that interests you, make sure that you like, subscribe, and turn that notification bell to be notified about my next video. In today's video, we're going to be going over the recent market update from August of 2021, and we're going to be going over three different criterias. One being sales, the second being pricing, and the other being the inventory. After all that, I will be providing my advice of what I'm expecting to see in the future. Something we did predict in the July monthly market update was we were going to see a sales slowdown. Again, I mentioned in that video, this was a typical seasonal trend for Calgary real estate, where the summer months are our absolute peak, and then we start to cascade down into the fall, into our lowest months being December, January, and February. And this is exactly what has happened. Total sales for the month were 2,151 total properties sold. This is about 200 homes less than the previous month in July, but almost 1,000 homes less than our best-selling month this year, being March. The sales to new listing is just over 76%, which is still a healthy number, but we are starting to see that reduce a little bit as well. Properties are sitting on the market a little bit longer at 42 days total, which is resulting in a lower percentage in the sale to list price of just under 98%. That means if you list your home, you can expect that on average, you can receive about 98% of the list price. As I bring up this graph here for you, you can see that August of 2021 was one of our best August months since 2013, 2014. Again, even though we are seeing a slowdown, these are still significantly better numbers than we normally see at this time. Moving on to inventory, and there are now 6,053 available properties on the market today, with the average month of supply just under 3 months, being at 2.81 months total. What this means that is it would take exactly 2.81 months to sell out of all 6,000 properties. As I pull up this graph for you, you'll see that August 2021 was one of our worst months since 2016. Again, for the longest time, it was that buyers were continually to absorb everything that was coming on the market quite quickly, and the supply just could not keep up. For the past couple of months, though, we did see a nice steady incline of supply come to the market. But just like the sales, the inventory has done the same thing. New listings that came to market were just over 2,800 new properties. Although the inventory levels are continuing to drop now, you'll see that August 2021 on this graph was one of our best months in terms of new listing in our past 10-year average. Again, this is still a good sign heading into the beginning of fall all the way into the winter time. Moving on to pricing, and the average price of a property here in Calgary is just over $488,000. Compare that to this time last year, and that is a price gain of about 3.78%. As we're going along through this year, again, you're starting to notice that we did kind of come up and we peaked, and we are starting to cascade down. Compare the pricing to last month, being July, we saw that the average price of a home was about $400 more. Now that may not seem like a lot, but our best month for average price was in May, and that was at about $510,800. So you can see just in how in a few short months how the price has dropped dramatically. Again, these are just some typical seasonal trends that we like to see in a healthy market, but also the factor of inventory levels rising and some consumer behavior as well. The average price of a detached home is $591,000, which is an increase of just over 7% compared to this time last year. The average price of an apartment here in Calgary is $259,000, which is an increase of just under 3% compared to this time last year. The average price of a semi-detached home in Calgary is $490,000, which is actually a reduction of just over 1% compared to this time last year, which is a bit surprising considering the semi-detached market was the second most in-demand market here in Calgary. And finally, the row townhouse market, the average price is $319,000, which is an increase of just under 4% at 3.66%. Bringing up the community map here for you, and you'll see that all community areas are green, but one thing you'll also notice is that there isn't this consistent incline up anymore. Again, you're starting to see a slower incline and really starting to flatten out. Now that we have all that information, what does it all mean? We are just seeing typical Calgary seasonal trends, and we're starting to cascade down as we enter the fall season. I did say in the past 2 market updates that come September time, we will still see a bit of a cascade down because kids are going back to school, a lot of people are back to university, which generally means that a lot of people aren't going to be willing to move their entire family at this time. It's a very busy time for people, and they're just not willing to take on that extra stress and time to go out and buy a home or even sell their home at this case. However, now that the summer is over and everyone enjoyed their summer, they went to Stampede and really took advantage of all the freedoms that they had, I do see that the buyers are going to start to bounce back into the market again and really start snapping up homes as they come to the market. Again, interest rates are still favoring the buyers and home prices are starting to slightly decline. There's also a little bit less competition in the market as there was earlier this year. I do expect us to have a busier fall come October and November before the Christmas season hits and we really hit our low point. So it is really important that if you are wanting to buy or sell now, you really start to get everything organized. For sellers, if you have any maintenance things that you need to do around the house, it's important to get them done now so that your home is ready to go for the fall time. And for buyers, it's really important that you see your mortgage specialist and get yourself pre-approved so that when you are ready to purchase a home, you are ready to go to jump on that perfect home that is right for you. All right, everyone, that's all I have for you today. I hope that this month's market update helped you understand a little bit more about what's going on here in Calgary. And if you have any questions, make sure you comment down below in the comments and I will gladly answer those for you. And as well, if you are ready to start your real estate journey, all of my contact information is down in the description and I'm glad to start your real estate journey today. But until then, I look forward to seeing you at the next video. Take care.